Hi everybody. Today I want to show you a few more tricks in Inventor because we're going to start a new project. This project is called the Isometrics project, and I'm going to demonstrate a few things like how to cut a hole, how to do a slanted edge, how to dimension if you can't grab a certain side, and I'm going to show you all that using our widget number 6. Before you start though, you want to start a new project pathway. So I'm going to click Project and click new single user project. This is just review, and I'm going to type in here isometrics. Remember, we never want to save this on our C drive, so I'm going to click ... go to this PC, scroll down to my H drive folder, go into my IED folder, and let's create a new folder called Isometrics. And I'm going to hit enter before I click OK. And then I want to do another new folder. And oh, no, never mind. I don't want to do another new folder. I already did isometrics, so I'm good. So I'm just going to cancel that. And I'm in the wrong place. So again, go back to this PC, scroll down to the H drive, go into IED, and we have our isometrics file there. Okay, I want to click OK, and now you can see I have IED isometrics, IED isometrics, isometrics.ipj, and I'm going to click Finish. Okay, and then done, and now I'm on the isometrics project. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click New, standard.ipt, and Create. And I'm going to draw number 6, as I said. That's going to be our sample part. So I'm going to click New 2D Sketch. And one of the important things about this project is that you need to have the same front view. So I want the front view to be what I can see over here on the left-hand side. So let me click this plane. And now I'm going to draw from the front, so to speak. And I'm going to use additive modeling, which means I'm adding it one piece at a time. Subtractive modeling would mean I would be creating a big block and then sort of cutting parts away from it. So let me start with the rectangle, which is behind at the back of the part, and then I'm going to build up in front of that. So I'm going to draw my rectangle. I'm going to click Dimension. And the width of the part is 10 squares. I previously counted them, and there's 10 squares. Now, each square is 0.25 inches, or a quarter of an inch. So 10 squares is going to be 2.5 inches. So 2.5 inches. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the height, which was 7 squares, so I'm going to click Dimension, and I'm going to go over to here, and 7 squares would be 1.75 inches, and so I'm going to click OK. Alternatively, you can type the little formula 7 times 0.25 using the asterisk as the multiplication sign if you don't want to do the math in your head. Now I'm going to finish sketch, and I'm going to extrude this 1/2 inch. So I want this to be 1/2 inch, and click OK. All right, now on the front of it, I'm going to draw a new sketch, and now I have to create that slanted edge. To do that, I'm going to use the line tool. I'm going to click that, and I'm going to click onto this line and draw over till I get the green dot at the corner of the part. Green dot. And I'm just guessing where those lines have to go right now. And now I'm going to dimension them. So here I can't grab the line, so I'm going to click this little dot at the beginning and this little dot at the end. And that should be 0.75. And then I'm going to dimension this line as well. So I'm going to click this endpoint and this endpoint. And that should be, let me count really quickly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 2 inches. And now I'm going to connect those lines using the line command again, getting the green dot on both ends. All right, now I have drawn, remember I drew around the back side of the part because I need what's called a closed profile or a closed shape to extrude. So I'm going to finish sketch. I'm going to extrude this slanted edge 0.5 and I'm going to click OK. And now I'm ready to drill the hole on the front. So I'm going to click New Sketch, and I'm not going to use the hole command here. All I'm going to do is use the draw a circle on my part and then cut a hole in it. Now with the circle, there's a little bit more dimensioning you have to do. First of all, you have to dimension from the center to the left edge of the part or the right edge, one of the two. And I know on my part that's 1 inch. And then I have to dimension from the center to the bottom edge of the part, which is also 1 inch. And the diameter of my circle is also 1 inch. So that's another dimension that I have to put on there. The diameter and also the position. So if it's on a rectangular part like this, you need to do either to the top or bottom and then either to the left or right. Now I'm going to finish sketch. And I'm ready to cut the hole. So I'm going to click Extrude. I'm going to click this little Cut command down here. And I don't want it to go back just a 1/2 inch since now this whole part is 1 inch deep. So I'm going to click this and make that 1. And it's going to extrude through the whole part and I'm going to click OK. All right, so now I've finished my part file. So I'm going to do File, Save As, make sure I'm going into the right folder, and I'm going to call this part 6 because this is widget number 6, and I'm going to save it right here. So I'm in my H drive folder. Now I want to create a multi-view of this part. So I'm going to click the white piece of paper. I'm going to click the McNeil engineering sheet and click Create. I'm going to fill in the title block. Call it isometrics, and this part name is part 6, and this isn't one you're actually going to draw in this project. This is one I'm just using as an example. And now I'm going to create the isometric drawing. So first I need to go get the base of the base part, which is part 6, and I want to check, is this indeed the front as I'm looking at the isometric sheet or the widget sheet? And yes, it is. The widget sheet is showing the left face as being this, so this is the correct front view. If it were not the correct front view, I would rotate it here before I place this base view. I'm going to click OK. I'm going to scooch it over, and then I'm going to click Projected, go straight up for the top view, straight to the right for the right side view, and then up to the upper right for the isometric view. I'm going to left click, right click, Create to finalize the placement of the views, and then I'm going to right click, Edit View, and shade this in. Now one thing that's important, it's important to make sure your hidden lines are showing up. If they are not, then on the base view you would want to right click and you would want to edit view again, and you would want to, probably this one would be checked. You would just want to make sure you check this one that's got the hidden line style. All right, last but not least, I need to put my center mark and my center line. So I'm going to click the Annotate tab, and I'm going to go get my center mark, which is right here for the circular view. And because this circle is cut, it's kind of showing, it only kind of shows half of the center mark. If you click the opposite side of it, it'll show the whole thing. And then I'm going to use this center line bisector command, click that, and click my 2 hidden lines around where the circle is so that I get that center line popping up in both places. And now I'm done. So I'm going to do File, Save As. I'm now got the IDW in the isometrics folder. And then last but not least, File, Save As, Save Copy As, and change this one to a JPEG image. so that I can add it to my slideshow to turn in several at once. And that's how you draw a simple widget.